Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Day 2 of orientation program. Today we have with us Dr. Jacob Swaminathan, founder of the Skill Factory. A brief introduction about him. Sir has 12 years of experience in the field of organizational development and human skill management. Worked as senior training consultant, licensed underwriter with Aviva Global Services, Canada, accredited trainer professional from Regional Institute of English, Bangalore University. He holds a doctorate in Theological Studies, University of Newburgh, executive diploma in Human Resource Management from the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. Sir is also an electrical engineer from BMS College of Engineering. Sir is listed as India's 10th most influential person with disability by the Department of Social Justice and Disability Empowerment, Government of India, 2016. He is a skill enhancement expert, consultant panel member for various universities and technological centers in India. Research areas include entrepreneurship branding and talent acquisitions. He has a unique skill of pedagogy, incorporating case studies and activities to make the subject content very interesting. An enthusiastic trainer and an educational mentor. 12 years of industry experience in CRT programs and human resource development, has conducted various MDP and FDP and business simulation competition for students and the corporate officials. Being a resource person in time management, motivation technique, emotional intelligence, SWOT analysis, communication expert for various IT organizations, recruitment consultant and hiring assessment partner for companies like Unix, Accenture, L&T. Sir also facilitates sessions on competency mapping and other key skill areas. Sir, it is an honor to have you with us, sir. I would now request Dr. Pankaj Chaudhary, sir, Principal BMS College of Commerce and Management, to welcome Jacob, sir. I would now request Jacob, sir, to kindly address the gathering.
And mic is also there. Then why one? Why don't we bring this time? Afternoon. Is it because you're wearing mask, the sound is not being able to be audible here? Is it? Good afternoon. I hope you people had lunch. No, sir. Yes or no? No. You had breakfast? That should be okay. That's enough. That's more than enough. Possible energy, water required. First of all, it is my pleasure and delight to be back again in this auditorium. Possibly we did not have for the last year. And I need to thank Sir for inviting me again. It's a pleasure to be here, sir. And thanks again for considering me. And ma'am for the kind invite and warm invite. And all the faculties, my dear friends and colleagues, and my new friends here, the freshers here who are sitting here in this session. So possibly it's not going to be a talk, standing on the stage. I don't like to be on the stage. I do not know with Sandeep sir's permission if I can move around. Yes, because the camera is fixed here. So I do not know whether we have to act looking at the camera or we have to move in any angle. So I take the freedom to move around. So with the permission of you people and with the permission of sir, of course you can. Yes, thank you, sir. All right. So you take a caller, that will be better. All right. Can we start the session? Yes or no? Any idea how long is going to be the session? How long are we going to? Huh? I was told 2.5 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours. So they sent me a mail asking for 3 hours, but I said only 2.5 hours is possible. Right? Now we are saying 2 hours. Can we make it as 2 hours? Sure. Can you people sit? That's my question. Sure. All right. Fine. So as the introduction went on, right? So that's on books. Okay. So I need you people to be easing out here, right? Enjoy the session, learn at least 3 or 4 points, when we walk out of this room, right? And you have chosen a college which has a history and a tradition where the students don't go out, without gaining anything, right? Of course, you get the certificate of your graduation, but along with it, much more is something that you gain from BMS and being an alumni of this great institution, right? I'm a pass out from the sister concern BMS College of Engineering, and I'm not gone without taking anything, right? And it has provided me everything what I am today. Okay, with that note, so we'll start the session. What is the topic on? Any idea? How to cook biryani? What is it? What's the topic? Huh? Career? Empowerment. No, at least it should be career empowerment, right? Because it did not have lunch, it cannot be career empowerment. Career. So we'll be moving into the topic quite later. Let's understand, what you guys are expecting out of this session. What's your expectation? Raise your hand. Stand so that I can see you. Tell your name, and you can tell me what's your expectation for the next 120 minutes.
Mobile connect.
Come on, there should be expectation. I'm addressing students of BBA and BCA. Am I right? What's your expectation? What's your expectation? Raise your hand. Not from the 3 years of your course. Is it I'm making it difficult, sir?
No, sir. No.
We are moving the camera behind so that it will online to see you.
Okay, what's your expectation? Go to a hotel, right? Let's take, for example, you're walking into Kavut or you're walking into Shanti Sagar service area, you're sitting in the hotel, restaurant. Will you take whatever the server brings on the table and throws it? Huh? Will you do that? He's an expert. He knows what's good in Shanti Sagar and he knows what's bad. Right? So he's getting something that he likes. He keeps it on the table. Will you have it? What will you do? Just get the menu. Right? And then, in case you don't like reading it, what's the other thing that you do? You ask, hey, come on, tell me, what is this stuff? Yes? Right? And then out of which, at last you'll again move to masala dosa. Right? There's nothing special. Still you want that person to tell all that, right? Pongal, vada, puri. See, I can give you whatever I want, right? I can throw it. Yes, please take it. But there's something that you would have been sitting here, right, with an idea to have, correct? I want to know what is it? What's your expectation? So instead of 2 hours, make it 1 hour. Much to ask, make it 30 minutes. Come on, guys. You need to ask. It has been an interactive session. By the way, I didn't know the arrangement was with these chairs. Right? And or else, the activity-based learning will start. Anyway, we'll be doing that. We'll be having a lot of activities to learn. But first activities, you need to talk. What's your expectation? Anyone, raise your hand.
To learn how and where to
Can you
use
just, okay. See, with masks, we all look similar. Just for this moment, all are vaccinated.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
2,
Yes, sir.
1, 1. Okay, you will get vaccinated again, don't worry. Yes, you can just pull your mask for some time. Your name?
Aditi,
Aditi, your BCA or
BCA.
BCA? Yes. Go ahead.
I expect to learn that how and where to use the knowledge that we receive in the next 3 to 4 years after we pass out from here.
Very nice. That's our expectation. Can we give a big round of applause to Aditi? Why did you clap? No? Huh? I asked you to clap. So if I ask you to jump from here, right, 2 floors down, you'll jump. Why did you clap? Tell me. You did something for Aditi. What did you do?
She broke the silence.
She broke the silence. Okay, good. Then out of 100 people, I never asked anyone your name, right? I never asked you. If I do that, 2 hours will go in that. It's very easy to do the session like that. I never did that. But Aditi has registered her name right now. Right? So my name is Aditi. Correct? And you clapped because even you wanted to do it, but you didn't do it. You're happy for someone who did it, and you want to be Aditi. Understand the first lesson, guys. If you are able to be within your shelves, you're not opening up, no one will recognize. I can walk out of this room right after 4 o'clock, registering Aditi's name. Okay, Aditi. Good. So that's your expectation. Great. Okay, next one. Come on, quick. My expectation is, what's your name?
My name is Akash.
Akash.
My expectation is to how to stand out of the crowd, not being one of the common man.
Akash, right?
Yeah.
Akash, Aditi has shown you how to do that. Number 1. But anyway, we'll be learning that, right? How to kill stage fear, or how to be out of box, and how to be an extraordinary person from the ordinary crowd. Yes, we'll learn that. Akash. Good. Thanks. Okay. So Aditi, all are you asking questions by alphabetical order? Aditi, Akash. So till Z, anyone is there? I should sleep and come back. Anyone? Next, third. Yes. Good.
Hello, sir. Myself Mohan. I'm expecting you to tell your part of story where you were an engineer and then you chose business as your career. So a big turn, and how could you manage? So, okay. I think the 2 hours, within 2 hours, even that will be a small part.
My age as of tomorrow will be 40. Thank you so much. You're asking me to shrink it in 2 hours. Anyway, I'll try to do that. Next. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shakil Ahmed, and I'm from BBA. My expectation is that how we can enhance our career in a perfect way, so that we can be in a perfect way, and our talent and doesn't goes in vain.
Knowledge goes in.
Skill, knowledge.
How to utilize the skills and talents without wasting it.
Yes, exactly.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Shakil. Last one question. Last one expectation.
Hello, sir. Myself, Adesh. I'm expecting, sir, you are a teacher, sir. Before you would have make any mistakes in the life, sir, that we should not repeat, so that we can succeed, sir. That is, like, I want to not make so many mistakes in my life that I can. So I want to succeed, sir. That's why. I don't want to make many mistakes in my life.
So what should we do?
So you can say, you can share your mistakes, that what path you went
Okay.
and right guidance.
Very good. The expectation is, tell us your mistake and we'll be intelligent enough not to repeat it. Yes?
sir.
Thank you.
Seniors like you teach us, right?
Oh, there are a lot of lessons for it.
Thank you, sir.
Good. The last one. I didn't get your name, man.
Adesh.
Adesh.
Hello, sir. My name is Janvi. I'm actually planning to do HR management in the third year. So I would like to know more because you have done the same. That was what was introduced.
Okay, you want to pursue the same course
Yes, sir.
and you want to have a little bit of light on
Yes.
it. Great. We'll do that. What's your name?
Janvi.
Shanavi.
Janvi.
Shanavi. Shanavi, I thought of a heroine who came last year, right? She was the chief guest last year. Okay. All right. Thank you. All other expectations are buried in the ground. Right? Apart from these people, all other expectations are buried. It's not revealed. Okay. Anyway, we'll learn it. So before I start the session, right, let me put out a challenge. Right? It's a challenge for all you guys. How many of you like challenges? All of you? Yes? And what happens, when a challenge is also having a reward attached to it? Do you like it? Yes? Yeah? Okay, there's a challenge here, right? If you win this challenge, you get 2,000 rupees worth voucher from Shoppers Stop. This is the reward. Challenge is pretty simple. You need to talk with me. Okay, that's all. Which language? English. I think ma'am is not here, right? She would have taken a session regarding communication. Or sir would have taken a talk on communication. So you need to talk with me for 2 minutes, not 2 hours. I'll sleep. 2 minutes in English. And what are we going to talk? We're not going to talk anything about rocket science and economic crisis in India, right? Nothing. I'm just going to ask you basic questions. Boy, what's your favorite color? Right? How many girlfriends? That's all. We'll finish it off in simple terms. Okay. But you need to talk with me for 2 minutes. If anyone is able to talk with me for 2 minutes, you get how many? How many? 2,000? Not cash. Vouchers. Got it? All right. It's a Dasara bonanza. But there are 6 conditions. Hard-earned money, man. We can't give it so many. 6 conditions. Condition number 1. You cannot use the word I am. What is it? Loud. Right? You can't use these words. Number 2. Once I ask you a question, you cannot move into the zone of silence. You have to answer or respond within 2 seconds. That's all. Right? Once I ask you a question, you cannot go meditating and sit there and think about it and come back. 2 seconds response time. Number 3. No one-word answers. Yes, okay, sure, fine, absolutely. No one-word answers. Condition number 4. No fillers. Right? You guys know what are fillers? Condition number 5. No words to be used 3 times continuously. Right? Simultaneously? Yeah. But continuously you can't use any words 3 times. And the last condition, very important one, your answer has to be relevant to my question. If we ask you, did you have lunch? You can't answer. I don't know why I joined BMS. Did you get it? 6 conditions? Okay, let me check your memory part. Condition number 1. You can't use it, right? Okay. Number 2.
No, sir.
Buddha. You can't be Buddha, simple. No meditation. Number 3. No fillers. Number 4. No one-word answers. Number 5. No repeating of words 3 times continuously. And number 6. Answers should be relevant to my questions. first 5 hands that's going up will only participate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Keep the hands raised. Okay. I said 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You 3 guys, Radesh, and the other 2, and you 2 of you. Okay. And then we'll come to you. In case I'm sure they'll not win, but we'll come to you. We'll start. Okay. So we'll start with Adesh first. You raise the hand first. Oh. Good afternoon. Adesh.
Yes, sir.
Mask off.
Yes, sir.
Adesh, you have to be loud.
Okay.
Okay. And will you win the 2000? Hopefully. Okay. Already is out. Anyway, I have not started the game. We'll start the game.
Yes, sir.
Adesh, where are you from?
I'm from Basmati, sir. Bangalore.
Clap for Adesh. Good. By the way, I forgot to tell you, if you win, it's 2000 bucks. If you lose, it's 1000 bucks to me. Adesh. Okay. Number 2, someone raise. I didn't get your name again. Mohan. Mohan, you learned from Adesh mistake. Let's start the game.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, Mohan. Tell me about yourself. Clap for Mohan. What's your name?
My name is Pragya.
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 Pragya. Okay. Can you start the game? This cannot be verbal. You start the game. Pragya, you're not from Bangalore, no?
I know.
Clap for her. 2 of you. 1 and other one.
Hello, sir. Yeah, hi. Name? Darshan.
Darshan. We'll start the game, Darshan.
Yes.
Darshan is already excited.
No, sir. Not excited.
Not excited. Okay. Darshan, what's your favorite color?
Red, sir. It's my favorite color.
Why?
I love it from childhood.
Thanks. Thank you. What's your name?
Samir.
Samir. Thank you, sir. You need to clap for Sandeep, sir, for doing it. You know why Sandeep, sir, is strict. Samir.
Yes.
Start again.
Yes.
Okay. Keep the mic closer. Samir, do you know the alphabets A to Z?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 3 times. I gave a caution. Okay, I'll give it for 2 more people, okay? One is you, because you raised the hand, and another one from this side, anyone. You. What's your name?
Milan.
Milan. We'll start the game.
Yes.
How many zeros are there in 2000?
3 zeros in 2000.
3 zeros in
2000.
2000. Okay. What comes after 0?
1.
1 word answer.
1 after 0, 1 comes.
Yeah, it's time. Yes. Your name? Sudan. Sudan, wow. Now tell me your name.
Myself, Suleiman.
We'll start the game. Tell me about yours.
As I said, my name is Suleiman.
Thanks, Sudan. I still have the 2000 voucher open. Right? At the end, by the time, in case you guys are ready for it, then we'll go for it. Okay. So the topic is something to do with career. What's the other word? Empowerment, right? We heard this word empowerment more often, right? In whose speech? Indira Gandhi. You're born that time. You hear it from most of the politicians. Correct? Empowerment, women empowerment, right? rural sectors empowerment. We heard this word, but what actually is empowerment? What do you mean by empowerment? Since you're all wearing masks, I don't know who is answering. Sharing information with everyone. Right? Sharing information with everyone is a means to empower. But I'm asking you, what is empowerment?
Providing support.
Support, strength. It's a power that is given to others who are deprived of it. Okay, good. Is what you understand about empowerment? Simple terms, right? Yeah. What is it? Encouragement, right? Or encouraging. It's, yeah. Getting better. Right. It's somewhere something which you lack, which is given to you, and you push yourself up. Simple terms, right? What do you mean by career? The goal which you want to attain. Is career something to do with your job? How many of you think career is something to do with my job? How many of you think career is something to do with money? How many of you think career is something to do with learning? How many of you think career is nothing to me? So most of you have chosen BCA or BBA, right? The chosen degrees. Now, if I ask you why, you might have multiple answers, right? And my question is, what are you planning after that? MBA. Okay, most of you MBA and few people marriage. Okay. What after that? Not after marriage. After MBA. Build your career, job. Okay. Now, Indian context, most of us think career is something related to job. We hear this, right? Career fair, right? So we always think, something related to job. Now, from now, right, from the day you start your course, you are going to be building your career, right, in terms of your skills, right? I always tell my students, right, what degree that you're doing right now, your academic qualification is a passport. How many of you have passports, Indian passports? What color is it? Black. That is Pakistan. Navy blue, royal blue, right? Okay, what is written on the passport? Indian. On the passport, it's written Indian. India. Republic of India. Okay, above that, there's one image. What is that image? Emblem, right? National. Okay, now tell me, who can get a passport in India? Huh? Any citizen who was born or who has been here for the last 5 years plus can inherit a passport. No big science behind it. So who can get a passport? Any Indian citizen can get a passport. Number two, you should not have any FIR filed against you in the police station. Very important. No criminal offense. Number three, very, very important. You need to have 1,200 rupees in your pocket. Okay? So if you're qualifying this three conditions, go to a passport office or Bangalore one, pick up an application form, fill the form. Within 7 days, you have a police verification. Yes. And after that, within another 7 days, by post, your passport is delivered. Yes. All right. Are we clear? Should I be rich to get a passport? No. Should I be tall to get a passport? No. Should I be built to get a passport? Should I have green eyes to get a passport? No. Only three conditions. So any Indian citizen can get a passport. Now my question, who can get a BBA or BCA degree certificate? Anyone who has done 10 plus 2, right? And then chosen commerce or science, whatever it is, you can take a BSc or BCom or 3 years, gets gold from faculties. assignments, attendance, right? All the stuff. 3 years you complete, you'll get a degree certificate. Now understand this. You have a passport on one side and degree certificate on one side. Now I have a passport. Okay. Now I need to fly to New York. What I do, I take my passport, I take my luggage, I take my credit card, I drive to Kempegowda International Airport, I go to British Airways, there's a lady sitting there, I throw the passport on her face, credit card on her face, luggage I keep it, I ask her, next flight, reserve a ticket for me, the next flight to New York. I have a passport, I have money, I have luggage. Will she give me a ticket? No. What will she say? She'll throw the passport back on the face. Credit card, she'll keep it. She'll ask me something called as visa. Now, what is a visa? Visa is a permission from the country which I'm planning to travel. They have to allow me to travel, right? So I have to fill up an application form, right? Stand in line in Chennai or Mumbai or Delhi, right? I have to go to the US consulate. There they'll ask me, what is your plan? Why are you traveling to United States? Give us a reason. I'll say I have to bomb another 2 towers. Kindly approve. Approved. They'll stamp. Once I give a valid reason, then they stamp on my passport. Visa approved. Only the stamping is there, I can travel to New York. Correct? If they deny me that, I might have money, I might have passport. No use. Yes? Now let's go on the other side. I have a degree certificate, passport. I go to JP Morgan Chase or I go to Thomson Reuters. I walk into the company. I call the HR, come here. Throw the degree certificate. Graduate, give me a job. Will they give me a job? I have a certificate. I have a degree. Will they give me a job?
They might.
They might. If you're lucky. How a visa is required for me to travel abroad, fly abroad. Similarly, along with my qualification, I need a visa called as skills. Got it? If these skills are not there along with my degree, then my degree certificate is just another add-on on my invitation card, wedding invitation. Negotiate dowry. Indian context, unfortunately. Is that what you're doing a degree for? Correct? Now look at this. We're talking about skills. Almost, in our college, we have around 400 students who are enrolled for the first year of their graduation. Imagine all over India. How many lakhs? Any idea? Any idea? How many lakhs students are doing graduation? Infosys every year recruits 17,000 people all over India. TCS recruits 25,000 people all over India. But how many graduates? It's in lakhs. Now, what will happen to the rest of the other people? There's a question. If you're in a race, right, you should be ready, skilled enough to run the race. Correct? If you're not skilled enough, you're going to get killed in the battle. All right. So with that note, we're going to start the session, right? I'll be giving you a few tips, few skills that you have to learn, and how we are going to empower your career, right? So I'm just turning it upside down a little bit. I'm putting it in the other way, right? How we are going to empower your career, how we are going to be ready to face the outside world maybe 3 or 5 years from now. Got it? So the session can be happening only if it's a two-way communication. Okay, it has to be a dialogue. I expect you people to talk. Okay, we'll start the session. Ready? Yes, now we understood the groundwork, what is required right now to listen. Yes? Are we ready for the session?
Yes, sir.
All right. Take a book and a pen. I know your brain is a supercomputer, but it can get corrupted very easily. So if you have to remember a few things, get into the habit of making notes. Are we ready? Okay. Can we start? How many people want to work after your graduation? Raise your hand. Thanks, guys. Either it can be BBA or MBA, whatever. After education, I want to start. Right. Hands down. How many want to start a business of your own? Entrepreneur. Raise your hand. So the photo is taken because later it should not come for placements. That's not it. Okay, fine. All right. How many of you? I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I'm clueless. Anyone? Very good. Very good. Okay. Who wanted to work, right? Who raised your hands for work? Just raise it. Fine. So since I cannot travel beyond this border, I have to pick up people wanting from me. So excuse people or that. Where do you want to work? Sit.
I want to study.
It's okay. Family issues, financial constraints. All right, good. Okay, anyone else? You want to work? Why?
I should become an independent.
You want to become an independent woman. So you start. Okay, what do you mean by independent? You want to spend on your own stuff. You don't want to ask anyone. Not depend on your parents. Okay. If you get married, this will not get answered. You want to work? He's thinking marriage. You must work, yeah? You? You have to be independent. Same. What is the same? To be independent. Freedom. For what? Freedom to yourself. So now you are caged. Right? Okay, fine. You want to work? Why?
Set a better life for my parents.
To set a better life for your parents. You want to work? No working. Okay. Someone was answering. Yes, Adesh.
To fulfill my dreams,
To fulfill your dreams, you have to start working. Okay, good.
so can I have a much better work experience if I receive it? So I complete my
Okay, after that also work, no? I'm asking why.
high-paid job before the
Salary, negotiation. Okay, good. I want to work because I want to get a better salary hike. Anyone else? Anyone has any other answer? Standard of living. Okay, standard of living. Can you explain what is? Sit. Because we hear this word more often. That's standard of life, lifestyle. Right? Okay.
Standard of living is basically to fulfill your basic needs. You can fulfill your basic needs as well as your dreams.
Okay, standard of living is food.
Basic needs.
Basic needs. No, that's what food. You can't say standard of living is Wi-Fi. No? How many of you want to work? Frankly speaking, how many of you wanted to work because I want that paper called as rupees or money or dollar. That's all, nothing much. I want money, simple. See, no one is going to judge you. Raise your hands, it's okay. Okay, hands down. How many of you want to work because that's what living is for, right? How many of you? I want to work just because I like doing something. I have to keep doing something. Even if they don't pay me also, it's okay. I'll keep doing. Anyone? No one. How many of you want to work because you want to showcase your potential, or you want to do something better using your skills for the betterment of the environment around you? Anyone? Anyone? Mother Teresa is here. All right. Answer. Yes. This is going to be a lesson that you're going to learn now. For the next 3 years, this has to be going into your mind. Of course, money is a factor. But what you're going to learn right now is going to stick on to you for the next 3 years. And you're going to start from now. Right? How many of you go to gym to work out? Don't worry, I'll not ask you to do push-ups. Okay. Very nice. Okay, you go to gym, right? When did you start? Yesterday? Okay. 8 months before. Okay. What do you do when you go to gym first, right? Do you go directly and pick up 100 kgs? What do you do? Warm up. Why do you do warm up? What is it?
Prepare your body for the stress you're going to.
Prepare your body, right? Flex your muscles and tell, hey, you're going to hit 100 kgs. What happens in case I don't do warm up? I go directly and pick up 20 kgs. Next day, hospital, right? True. It's not that I can't lift 20 kgs. I can still. But the problem is what happens after that, the consequence. Now, for the next 3 years, what you're going to do is warm up. These classes, these sessions, these orientation, your academic faculty is giving you inputs. Everything is a warm up, because this 3 years plus another 2 years of your higher education, or 3 years as of now, after which, how we are going to do this warm up for this 3 years is going to be the one which will take care of the next 30 years of your life. This has been told to you a million times, right? I'm telling you again. How you are going to be for the next 3 years, how you perceive your studies for the next 3 years, how you are going to groom yourself for the next 3 years, how you are going to skill yourself for the next 3 years is the one which will actually roadmap the next 40 years of your life. It's like this. You go to a gym, you warm up. And after warm up, right, after some time, if you have noticed, a person who goes to gym regularly, in the beginning, they'll do warm up for 20 minutes. And as days goes on, right, as they go on to gym, the warm up will be only for 5 minutes. They'll do warm up for 5 minutes and immediately get on to weights, right? Because they know how much is required for the muscle. So these 3 years is a warm up time for you, right? You have to understand everything. What are the skills I have to learn, right? How much of academics should I put into practice? Not all academics, what you learn is going to be into real life. You need to know what and where it has to be implemented. Because the next 40 years of your life is going to depend on these 3 years. In case you're cribbing and sitting here thinking, you 3 years is over the care. Another 3 years of studies. It's only 3 years. The next 30 years you can't crib. You cannot. Okay? Right? So few life lessons attached to your skills which will empower your career. Lesson number 1, right? How should I build my life? What is the value of my life, right? In case I have to put a value for my career, how much is it? What's the maximum that you can earn in your life? No idea. What's the maximum that you can earn in your life? No idea. Money only I'm asking. How much? He thought how many maximum earnings, how many wives, how many what's the maximum? There's no limit. Success. Maximum success. After that, we'll die. I'm asking you, what's the maximum earnings that you can do in your life? Huh? Infinite. Depends on a career choice. Okay, good. Now I'll ask you a question. Okay, after 3 years, you'll get a job. For sure, you'll get a job. Right? You will get a job. At the age of 21, 22, right? You'll finish the course. Are you sure you'll finish 22? Or you're going to extend it till 25? Since even NEP is into place. Right? What's the age? 22, 23. You'll finish 22. Let's take it. 22, you get a job and imagine your salary is 30,000 rupees per month as a fresher. Right? 30,000. Is the figure nice? 30,000? No. What do you expect? What do you expect? 50,000 to 1 lakh. 50,000 to 1 lakh. Reality, people, number one. Only Byju's can give you that much, and Byju's, when they're paying you 12 lakhs, 14 lakhs per annum for a 21-year-old guy, there should be something going in your brain. Why this fellow is giving 14 lakhs, 15 lakhs package to a 21-year-old? When my father itself right now is 45, 50 years old, that fellow is not earning so much. Are you so solidly so knowledgeable that he's paying you 14, 15 lakhs at the age of 21? Think, right? Anyway, come to reality, your salary will not cross beyond 30,000, right, as a fresher, until and unless you are into sales. Got it? So 30,000 is your salary per month. For a year, how much is it? 30 into 12. 3 lakh? 30 lakhs, sir. I don't know which faculty is going to handle accountancy. Okay. 3.6, right? Okay, I don't like this decimal, right? I'll include another 40. How much is it? 4. At the age of 20? What age will you retire? Huh? Depends on the lorry which is coming on the road. Or the auto that you're going to travel. Is it? Let's see, you know, your God's blessings, right? And you have good health. If you work in a private firm, you'll never cross even 52 or 53. By that time, they'll only find reasons to kick you out. It's a government job, forget about lakhs of rupees. You can take up a lot of loans, but you can't earn it. Okay, now, let's take, you're working for an MNC, right? And maximum age that you can struggle there and work is till the age of 55. They'll only give you 55. So you start at the age of 23 and you retire at the age of 55. So how many years have you worked? You do the maths first. How much? 20? 22 years. So who's handling? No, all faculties are watching you, right? So we know where now. 32 years. Okay, very nice. 32 years. So each year my earning is going to be 4 lakhs. So for 32 years, what's my earning? See, we are talking max of money. You should be more excited. 1 crore, 28. Again, I don't like decimal numbers. We'll make it 2 crores. So my imagination will leave. How much is it now? 2 crores. So in 32 years, your maximum earning potential is going to be 2 crores. But in this 32 years, my salary is not going to be the same. My job profile is not going to be the same. My promotions are going to happen. My job hopping will happen. I'll negotiate with another company. See, they are paying me 30,000. You pay me 45,000, I'll come. Right? Based on your experience, you'll negotiate. Correct? So let's add another 2 crores to it. How much is it now? 4 crores. Right? How much is it? 4 crores. One day you're sleeping in your bedroom and suddenly the roof opens 1 crore is falling. How much is it now? 5 crores. Right? In this 32 years, you have invested on land, you have invested on bonds, right? Let's add another 2 crores. How much is it? Huh? 7 crores. Yes. So 32 years, the maximum earning potential for you is 7 crores. How many? All are excited now, counting. We'll come to it now. Now, we learned about earning, right? There are two ways, right? In commerce, you learn something, right? What you get, and the other one is expenditure, right? We'll look at what's coming. Let's be happy for some time. So how much is it? 7 crores. Okay. Now let's start expenditure. I told the bedroom roof will open. Rare occurrence. So remove that 1 crore. How much is it now? 6 crores. I told you, right? Your promotion, job hikes, you jump from one company to other company, right? All those things. Your promotions will not happen every year, right? And number two, if you have to move up a ladder, it's not easy. It's not easy. Corporate politics. You have to have skills, right? You need to know how to manage people, right? You need to know how to tackle your manager. Only then, right? It's not easy to get those 2 crores. I'll remove 1 crore out of it. 1 crore will automatically happen. How much is it? I told land, right? Bond, everything. To you people at this generation, already my father has done. Let me invest on iPhone. But anyway, I'll give it. That 1 crore is still yours, right? So it is 5 crores as of now. Yes, but within this 5 crores, you have to take care of your everyday needs, food, clothing, your home loan, your parents' medical expenses. You will get married, you will have a kid. That fellow wants to do engineering or medical. That expense, their wedding expense. You will pick up a car loan, right? This all has to be taken care of this 5 crores. Okay. And to earn this 5 crores, for 32 years, you have to run every day in and out. Morning by 8 o'clock and come back at 8 o'clock night. There'll be a manager who will shout at you. Correct? Yes, BP, sugar, everything will start. You can't bunk classes like how you do in a college. Right? Of course, BMS is a different thing. Right? But right now, whatever you bunk in UC level, you try it in workplace, right? You'll notice this, right? You would have noticed, right? People coming in two-wheeler, they'll go and put their thumb impression on that machine. Have you seen? Why punching? Huh? Attendance, okay, that's attendance. But what happens if they don't punch on time? No, we'll ask faculties, okay. So what happens, sir, if you don't punch on time? If you do it for 3 times continuously or regularly, 1 day salary is out, and along with that comes warning also, right? Memo will be issued. This is here, academics. In corporate language, still worst. Here at least sir knows, 1 day pay will go. They will not know how it's calculated. And that one memo is sufficient for me to bring down your 5 years of your increment. All this is there, within those 5 crores. Okay? Which is locked for 32 years. Which Salman Khan earns in 5 seconds. Salman Khan has not done BBA. Correct? Salman Khan is not writing assignment sitting at home. Salman Khan is not coming and saying, yes, ma'am, in that classroom. But that fellow, within 5 seconds, he gets 5 crores, which you take 32 years. But that doesn't mean you remove your shirt and run around on BBA. Sir only told Salman Khan. This is where your skills comes into place, because Salman Khan is not a qualified bachelor degree like you guys. But that fellow has a potential to earn that within a fraction of 5 seconds, more than 5 crores in fact. So he knew where to invest his strength. Right? So in career empowerment, the very important lesson for you to know is who are you? That's number one. Who are you? Let me ask you a question. You are not the best artist in the world, but can you draw yourself on the paper? Try that. Okay, forget about it. Draw how your eyes look. Do it. You know, there are two different things in the world. One is eyes, other one is thumb impression. It's not the same for all. Now don't tell me, sir, all the eyes are same. Trust me, you should know yourself in such a detail that if I tell you to draw your eyes, you should be able to do it. Number one, know yourself. In this 3 years, your academics is going to teach you about you. Don't think they're teaching about economics, they're going to teach about financial status, they're going to teach about accountancy. No, they're going to teach subjects which will reveal who are you, the way you approach those subjects. Don't study for the sake of internal skills. Don't do that. I'll tell you a secret how to get your CGPA or 70% or 80% in exams. Nothing, don't study at all. 1 week before the exam, take all the old question papers, sit, 65% is confirmed. No big deal. You don't need to sit steady. Now your faculty will be angry on me. Right? Sir, how did you reveal the secret? But the fact here is, you can vomit things on a notebook. But what is here, only they can give it to you. Your question bank will not give. Understand the importance of teachers, right? They are not teaching you subjects, they are introducing a subject to you, which will in turn introduce who you are. If you're thinking, I'm feeling difficult to approach these subjects. Human resource, or digital marketing is difficult for me. You feel a particular subject is difficult for you, it's not the syllabus which is difficult, it's the approach or the mindset that is not making you approach the subject, which means there's something that you need to know about yourself. Talk. It's not the subject. Understand this. It's not the syllabus. It's something in you that is stopping you from approaching the subject or liking that subject. So the subject is actually introducing you to you. So this is how you will be approaching the next 3 years, your education. Don't ever try to impress any faculties by scoring 25 out of 25, right? Jumping into the other person's notebook, saying, copying. Don't try that. We see like this, the next year another batch will come. For us, this batch is over, next batch, right? You trying to impress us is not going to give you anything. Try to impress yourself, right? So if you have to empower yourself, right, in terms of skills, number one, you have to know who are you. That's number one. Number two, okay? Let me ask you a question. Let's see how you approach this. Two people are trying to climb a mountain. How many of them? Two of them are trying to climb a mountain. What are the things that they need to have to climb a mountain? Rope, very good. Oxygen, good. Climatic conditions, okay. Protective gear, okay. Then shoes, very good. Shoes. Willpower, beautiful. Target, beautiful. Strength, assurance or insurance. Right? Which one? Both is okay. Both we need. Okay. Then willpower, skills, food, very good. Food and water, right? Okay, now look at this. If two people have to climb a mountain, I said two. Teamwork, good. Teamwork. coordination, believing in each other, right? Okay. Now, let's get to this, okay? If two people are trying to climb a mountain, right? The first thing that they need to have is the mountain. There's no mountain at all. What is the point in you wearing Adidas shoe, big rope, 10 liters of water can, carrying an oxygen, right? Wearing raincoats, right? Tent, coordination, confidence, willpower, mutual understanding. But there's no mountain. This is what it is. You need a mountain, right? First, for you to calculate what is the length of the rope I need to climb. Correct? Only if I know I'm going to climb this mountain. Okay, this mountain is it going to be a forest sort of mountain, or is it a rocky mountain? So based on that, the stick that I'm, what do you call it? The hiking stick. It depends on that. Is it a slippery zone, right? So which shoes should I, what sort of grip should I have, right? If it's raining all through, then I need to wear something which is, which can protect me from being wet. Or if it's dry, then I have to wear some cotton stuff. Yes. How long will it take for me to climb this height of mountain? Depending on that, how many days? Depending on the number of days, how many food packets should I carry along with me? How many liters of water? Now, for me to calculate all, first I need to have the mountain, correct? Similarly, right, without your vision or target, you doing BBA or BCA does not have value. It's like carrying all water can and everything, but you don't know where you're going. Right? It's like a Google Maps, right? Imagine if I have to travel from here to MG Road, I have to put my final destination there, correct? VV Puram to MG Road. I'm not putting MG Road, but I put only VV Puram and then press direction. The Google Map will say, correct? Yes. So you have to know what is your target. You have to know what are you trying to attain. Number two, the first one is knowing about yourself. Number two, what are you trying to attain? So this requires a lot of efforts, a lot of talking, right? See, these people are there not to induct you inside your academics. Without them, Google also can do that same job. But there's something that your faculties can do, right? In these 3 years, talk to them. They will tell you, what you're good at, where you can move, right? See, few places, when we look at internal books, we keep laughing because during the class hours, we know who are you. But on the internals, 25 out of 25. In a class, we know how you are. When I ask you a question, how do you answer? And I know the depth of your knowledge in the subject. But on the internals, 25 out of 25, which you used a different method to obtain that. Got it? When you do that, it's not going to be easy for us to help you. But be very, follow integrity, which will in turn help us to tell who you are. Once you know who you are, the second thing is what you want to attain. This is the second one. Now, with this note, right, I'll answer to what Adesh was asking and even Aditi's question, right? They were expecting few things. You remember, right? So what are the mistakes that you have committed in life that you can tell us that we can't do, we should do? Marriage, don't do. Come on, get married. It's wonderful. Okay. What are the things that we did in college which we people tell you not to do? Right? Number one, thinking that you know it all. And especially you people, you kids are very lucky because you're living in an era which is determined by visual context. Right? Everything is visual for you. Everything you want it visually, only then you like it. Right? So you people always think that I know better than the other person who's talking. I know better than you. I know better than you. I know. Right? So this mistake is something that you people need to avoid. You should always sit with an empty mind, especially during your class hours. Right? One of the mistakes that possibly, which in case if you ask me, there are a few things that the teacher would not have a very good communication or faculties during those times. When they can't communicate, we always address them. This lady doesn't know anything. They have everything here, but because of communication, for us as students sitting there, Madam game gotilla. That's a mistake that we have done. So never judge anyone, right? Looking at how they communicate, it's their issue, their problem. But something that you can learn from them is improve your communication so that you don't become like that. Right? This happens in interviews. Tell me about yourself. My name. The same question we reverse a few times. If your husband has to introduce you, how will he introduce you? That girl, sir, I'm not married only, sir. Right? Okay. One mistake. Adesh, never I know it all attitude outside. Keep your ego outside when it comes to learning. Okay. Number 2, college is treated as a jail. You always term college to be a jail, right? Never do that, guys. If you have to bunk class, bunk inside the college, be inside the college. I learned it from BMS. In case if you see me not in the college, if I bunk my classes, I'll be sitting in the library, or I'll be somewhere in the musical room, or I'll be somewhere with the faculty. It's not, my entertainment is not outside the college. Right? Even if I miss a class, I should be gaining something within the campus. Right? Second mistake, don't bunk classes. It is a request. It's very easy for you to tell the other guy sitting next to you, "Macha, what's up, film?" And you also happily will take your bag because he's the guy who paid your fees, no? He's the guy who paid, stood in line, filled the application form, bought the check, gave it. He's the one who's paying for your bag. He's the one who's paying everything, right? So it's very easy. Macha, bunk mata. Right? So understand this, the guy who's asking you to bunk is not going to be with you for the rest of your life. After 3 years, it's done. It's done. Maybe on Facebook, on WhatsApp, over. That too because of technology. Otherwise, that also is not. Right? So, second mistake, don't miss classes. Even the class is boring according to you, think, sit. It's your duty to sit. Why? Who paid you the fees? Simple, responsibility. Right? It's your responsibility. That's the second one which I want to tell, right? Don't commit that mistake. Number 3, be innovative, be talkative. People have to know that you're there in the college, right? Now, I know this batch through Aditi and Atish, possible, because they came first to speak, right? Maybe few of them spoke later, but for me right now, it's they too, right? In case next time I'm coming to the college, right, we are talking, right? We'll ask, how is Aditi's batch? Which is an insult to you people. We people go to school, right? Imagine you go to school, your ma'am will ask you after 10, 15 years, you go to school, right? Who are you? Ma'am, you remember Chetan? That one, own batch. You also studied in the same class. But to get introduced to you, right? Who are you? You have to tell another person's name. Right? Okay. Time for a break. Right? So, do not sit, right, idle, and do not say, Nan barodu gotakbardu, hogodu gotakbardu. I'm a very silent person. Silence will never make you great. Right? That doesn't mean the greatest road in BMS college is you. Be in the good books of people, always talk. Right? Go to teachers, talk with them, right? Go to your juniors, talk with them. You have to be interactive. This is very important, right? This is what we had 16 branches in BMS when I was studying. 16 branches, and each branch, we knew people. That's how we got connected, right? So kindly make sure that you don't do the mistake of just coming to college and going out of college. Interact with people, talk with people, let people know that you're there. Somewhere down the lane, you'll never know how networking will help you. All right? Okay, so I've told you 2 things before I went to the mistakes, what you should not do. So the first thing is know yourself. Second thing is know your target. That's the second one. We'll take a short break, maybe quite 5 minutes. 5 minutes, is it okay? The break is for me. So I don't think you can move out of the room. Okay? So please be seated, close your eyes, sleep. I'll wake you up after 5 minutes. Start. Sure. Okay, enough of sitting. Okay, the last half an hour we're going to stand, we're going to do some activity, right? And we're going to learn from there. Okay, quite a few things. Guys, being at this age, especially 18, 19, what's your age? 18. Okay, 18, 19, right? Between 18 to 25 is what shapes your life. Understand this. Between 18 to 25. Whatever decisions you make, right? Any decisions in terms of academics, in terms of your personal life, in terms of your relationships, whatever you do between 18 to 25 is what will build you, right? And we always still choose your friends in this age, the right people. The 5 people that you move around with right now, that are going to spend the most of the time, is what you become. That is science, right? So between 18 to 25, whatever you're going to do is what it impacts in the future. So right now when you're doing activity, I need that energy, right? Don't act as if you're 40 years old. Yeah. Okay. So we have a small activity, but I don't know how you people are going to do it within this premises. You see these chairs? I mean, chairs where you're seated? Okay, now tell me, is there a way that I can remove these chairs and make the space empty? can stack them up. Okay, one. Okay, then move it out of the room. Okay, number two. Okay. Anyone knows magic? Huh? So two things you have told me. One is stack it up or move it out of the room. We can't move it out of the room, right? So that is impractical. But you can stack the chairs. But one condition. Okay. Whose property is it? Huh? No, your property. Whose property? Tell loud, whose property? So don't take it home. Right? Sir only told our property. What I mean to say is, right, see, each and everything in this campus for the next 3 years is yours. Right? You need to own it. The lab, right? So make sure if you're maintaining your home, right? How do you maintain your home? Similarly, you have to maintain your. So when you're stacking up the chairs, right, don't break it. You made me to wait 10 hours in the morning. Don't break it. Yeah. So kindly move the chairs to the side, leave all your bags on one side, and be standing in the respective places. Keep all the chairs on the other side. The second one is? I don't know how many crores of rupees you carry in the bag. Keep all your bags in the side. Very quick. Okay. Now this is a condition. Okay. 12 people, 12 of you should be in one lane facing me. It's like this. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Right? I think there should be 100 of you. Are they 100 or 50?
More than 50.
More than 50, less than 100. Okay. Let's try this, okay? So there should be one line should have 12 of you. So make sure there are 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, right? Make at least 5 rows. Quick. Arrange yourself.
12 of you. Okay, yeah, this man, start counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, yeah, boy. I don't know why you get all the girls here. The greatest mistake you have done today. Now, this name, okay, all of us, you guys are going to start counting. I need the count of how many of you are there, first, right? And then I'll be putting you in small teams. And then we are going to learn three basic concepts. And then you are good to go home, possible, right? Quick. Faster you do this, it's better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
20. Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
14. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You don't know which group you are in. Easy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17.
17.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There are two nines.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
17. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
16. 6. Okay. Now, how many teams have 17? 17. 17 of you. These two. 17. Okay. 18. 18. 18. Yep. 14. Okay. 3 of you can you come here? Yeah. Team 2. Yep. 20. Okay. And who's left there? 2 of you? 3. Okay, so this is now 18. 18 of you? 18. 17. One of you move here. 4th row. 4th row. 4. How many here? 17. Can one of you move here? 16. One of you move here. And this 19. Sorry, 20. One of you move to the last. So we have 19, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. So one boy is more here, okay? Okay. It'll be a little bit clumsy, but since you know we have so many of you here, right? We'll try to do an activity to learn few things. I just want one